Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on location. Tonight, we are at Benilde-St. Margaret's bringing you game one of 2024 boys lacrosse coming in following a great championship season, taking on from across the border the Hudson Raiders. They are also 0-0 and an unusual non-conference interstate matchup, bringing you right here as we're streaming live on ParkTV 16 Sports. And, you know, Paul, I don't have a picture here, just FYI, but we're underway, and that's Hudson with the ball right away. And the first shot taken by number 15, that's Landon Ludeman, the senior, goes wide right, and now it is in the possession of, well, it's loose now and picked up by number 20 for the Red Knights. That is Nick Capo, the junior defender. And now the Red Knights on offense, and in goal this year, Axel Esco, the senior, runs it all the way out to the 40, gets it ahead to number 12. That's Adam Beckman, the experienced senior. Now Hudson on the turnover. Nice passing, now a miscue at midfield, picked up by number 3. That is Sky Rolled. Now Rolled comes in, takes a hit with the shoulder and a block in front, and picked up by the Red Knights. Number 1, that is Dylan Popane. Now the Red Knights set up their offense for the first time in 2024. That's number 34 with it, Dylan Parker at the top of the key. To the near side to number 3, that's Sky Rolled, the captain, also a senior. I don't have any stats to pass along because it's game 1 of a 13-game season. Now on the far side, that's number 6, Gus Bell. Bell backs out, good defense by the Raiders. And now a rushing, turn back around again is Gus Bell. Bell now, and his pass goes out of bounds, but looks like the Red Knights are gonna retain possession, and it is number 1, Dylan Popane now with the whistle. 4 quarters here, 12 minutes each, just underway. No score early on from Benilde-St. Margaret's. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube, and that's number 5, Hunter Payer. Gives it up to number 3, that's Rolled. And now the ball gets poked loose and out of bounds. Turnover to the Raiders. So each team with 1 offensive possession apiece, and now in nets, that's number 45. That's Preston Bakken, he's a sophomore, as opposed to Axel Esco, the senior for the Red Knights, and now intercepted by number 2. That is Riley Murphy. Murphy with it with the long stick, nice job. First turnover of the afternoon. And now number 1 with it, Dylan Popane on the left wing. To the top of the key, number 23, Jack Anderson. Now coming in off the bench on the far side as number 3 holds onto the ball, Sky Rolled, the captain. Now to the far side, number 16 with it. That is Holton Vanderlinde who's checked in, the sophomore. And now the Raiders intercept it right back behind the net. Number 21 with it for the Raiders, that's Sam Dickman. Now rushing it out the goaltender, much like Axel Esco. And now into the offensive zone is number 13. That's Gavin Tarnowski, just a freshman out there. And now a whistle away from the play, and we got a timeout Raiders. Coach Jorgen Ruggieri takes a timeout just as his team emerges into the offensive zone, and there's something he didn't like that he saw and wanted to pass the message along on offense. So a timeout here. First quarter of the first game of the season. Neither team with a shot on goal. And a timeout early on. Probably not a bad idea. First game of the year. Hudson Raiders come all the way from across the border. That's a good hour-and-a-half drive, I would say. About an hour, I would say, depending on, you know, the traffic and so on and so forth. But Hudson on the road. I was going to maybe think they would make a weekend of it. If they were, but they were farther away, maybe they would. But Hudson is almost considered, I think, a suburb of the Twin Cities metro area. And if we were living in Chicago, they wouldn't be that far away compared to the suburbs and how far out they are. Okay, now following the timeout taken by the Hudson Raiders, 8:28 on the clock, no score. And there we go. I got a picture here. So now we can comment on the replays as we bring them to you. Again, glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports. And following the timeout, the ball is going to be in the offensive zone on the near side. There you see number 23 with it. That is Jackson Seltzman. Now we're underway here. Seltzman rushes it to the far side, pass to number 16. That is George Genero, the sophomore. Genero being hounded well by Benilde's number 20, Nick Capo. And he has to turn back around, and Capo backs him all the way out past the 30. No shot clock in Lacrosse. They can hold it for as long as they want. And now a pass to behind the net, number 20, Davis Miller. In the slot to 23, Jackson Seltzman. Top of the key, back to Seltzman. Seltzman fakes the pass back to the top of the key, rushes it to the goal line. Now behind the net, again, number 20 with it, Davis Miller. Miller trying to rush, tried to use a screen there, but to no avail. Good switch there by Benilde's number 22, Jack Bourget. Now to the near side as the Raiders keep working that near side. As you can see, the sun setting behind them on the west. And there, I think the sun played a role there, as it really is in your eyesight from that side of the field. And now down goes the Raider, and the Red Knights have the ball. Good defense by number 20 for the Red Knights as we look right there. Look at number 20, Nick Capo, the junior, making an impact early on here as we approach 7 minutes to go. Quarter number one. Now into the offensive zone for the Red Knights, their second foray. That's Raphael Johnson-Nixon, the junior. And now at the top of the key, number 34, Dylan Parker, the very experienced senior from this championship Red Knight team. Perennial in the playoffs. And there you saw the sun play a role right there, is my speculation. That's number 12, Beckman. And that sun is really at a tough angle at this time of year. Temperature 57 degrees, and there's a shot on goal, deflected, out of bounds, and the Red Knights will retain possession. Good shot taken there, and a deflection in front. Now coming from behind, trying to sneak it in was Dylan Parker as he goes down. Another shot, waved off by the referee. Now look at lowering the shoulder. Number 29 is Aiden Tapper-Eng, the senior for the Raiders. And now they've got the ball deep into the offensive zone. The quick shot skips right through the goal crease and goes to the wayside. And the Raiders are changing on the fly here. They have possession. Here's that replay right there off the post. The shot taken by Dylan Popane. Near miss there, but meanwhile, our score remains 0-0. Raiders now top of the key, number 6 with it. That's Griffin Underwood, the junior for the Raiders. Now with it, number 8, Benjamin Grismore, the sophomore, goes to the left side, into the sunshine, into the shade, now behind the net to 20. That's his territory, Davis Miller. Now he'll trot it out, top of the key, number 15, Landon Ludeman, the senior. He'll go against number 2. That is Riley Murphy. Murphy pushes him right back. Great defense by the Red Knights. They're such a great offensive team oftentimes, but what gets overlooked is how good their defense is. Now at the top of the key, number 23, Jackson Seltzman. Seltzman rushes the left side, no opening, nice pass in between. Double team though, quick turn shot, goes wide left, out of bounds. Raiders will retain possession. I checked the clock, 5:17 to go. First quarter, behind the net, Davis Miller. Miller now going against number 22 for the Red Knights, Jack Bourget. I want to say Bourget, but in America I'm sure it's Bourget. That's how he was announced at the PA, so if I'm butchering anyone's name, I sincerely apologize. And now here come the Red Knights on the turnover. That's 0. Will Connor, the captain, to the near side. Nice pass in down on the doorstep. Couldn't quite connect. That was intended for Hunter Payer, and that would have been a nifty play right there. Good creative pass there. Just missed. And now the Raiders will take the ensuing possession. Now the goaltender, number 45, Preston Becken, his pass goes out of bounds, and an unforced error by the Raiders gives the ball right back to the Red Knights. Now number 13 with it, Raphael Johnson-Nixon brings it in, gives it up to no other than Dylan Parker. Parker now, and now we got a yellow flag on the field. I'm not sure what that's for. I'm not ever professing to be an expert at lacrosse, but there is a flag. I think that means this is sort of an extended power play. Now with it, number 3, Sky Rolled, trying to take advantage, takes a shot and scores! And that might nullify the yellow flag, and what a nice looking goal that was by Sky Rolled, the senior captain. First goal of the year, comes in, takes the contact, kept his balance, persevered. Look how he just kept his eye right on the target and just let his body follow through in traffic and delivers the goal in the upper right-hand corner. Brilliant job by Sky Rolled, 1-0. That goal comes with 4:05 remaining in quarter number 1. And you are watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube, bringing you high-level high school lacrosse from Benilde-St. Margaret's. And I will be remiss if I didn't say that this is sponsored by the taxpayers of St. Louis Park. They're the ones that bring you this broadcast, and we're glad to be here with you. All right, now behind the net, that is Axel Esco. Nice job, gives it up to number 0, Connor. Connor, he's the one that created that last goal by the rush, and he brings it all the way up to midfield, gives it up to Sky Rolled. Look at the speed by Rolled. See, burst in the daylight, he scores his 2nd consecutive goal. Just like that, 2-0. Sky Rolled and the Red Knights of Benilde-St. Margaret. Look at the burst of speed there. He just was cruising in open space. He kept his eyes up and just let it fly. Goal number 2 for Sky Rolled. What a start for that kid right here, the 2024 campaign. As the sun continues to set, the temperature's gonna drop. Very windy here, 12 miles out of the northwest. Typical April Minnesota weather. There were spurts of rain around the metro area, but right now it's dry. And now following the face-off, won by number 11 for the Red Knights. That's Brady Marcus. Now Esco gets it to midfield to number 11. Excuse me, that was Marcus. Back to Marcus, I should say. Now into the offensive zone. To the near side, that's number 1, Dylan Popane. That's his area here, the left wing. Nice roll pass there to number 16, Holton Vanderlinde. I like that roll pass. It shows confidence, shows you're comfortable out there on your home field. You're up 2-0, sends a message to the other team. Love it. All right, now behind the net, number 1, Dylan Popane tries to bounce it in. Nice opportunity there. Just went by the wayside. Here's that replay. He had the opening. Oh, he just let it. Oh my goodness, it just had a weird spin on it as I looked like it went over the crossbar there. He certainly had a beautiful scoring opportunity. Now the pass and the goal. That is too good, folks. Are you kidding me? Number 6, Gus Bell to Miles Betts, the senior. And what made that play brilliant was how well they were to pass it at close range. Right there on the march. And the shot, no hitch in his step at all. And number 4, Miles Betts, set up by Gus Bell. 2 seniors delivering goal number 3. That one comes with 2:32 to go in quarter number 1. Back to the midfield, the 50-yard line. And there's the face-off, won by number 7. That's Benji Watts. Now Watts with it. Face-offs are so critical in lacrosse. Possession is 9/10 of the law, as they say. And the longer you possess that ball, the more face-offs you win. That gives you more scoring opportunities, gives you such a great chance to win. That face-off skill is critical. All right, now, I did learn that watching enough years of lacrosse, how important that face-off is. All right, now, top of the key, number 3, Sky Rolled. He's got 2 already. He's gonna try to match his number, and he does. The hat trick for Sky Rolled. Number 3 for number 3. And we're not even through quarter number 1 yet. And it's 4-0 Red Knights, 151, and they are looking like the state champion type team they have been the last several years. Just bringing the heat there, high and unreachable for goaltender Preston Bakken for the Raiders of Hudson. And these Red Knights are ready to go. Coach Giuseppe Palermo has these guys ready to go. And now face-off, center circle, this time won by the Raiders, number 14. Now they got a chance to answer back. That was Murphy Beatty, the senior, but it goes out of bounds and the Red Knights take it right back. That's not a good sign if you're a Raiders fan. All right, now here come the Red Knights. Sky rolled. He's got 3 already, number 3. Now on the far side, in the sunlight. Just interesting colors, purple sky. Strong wind right in front and deflected, ball loose, still loose, and then it's finally scooped up by Bakken, the goaltender. And we do have a whistle. Referees are gonna talk about it. Clock stopped with 1:26 to go. There's the replay. Ball was loose. No Red Knights there to take advantage, at least not close enough. And then there was a collision.
Scoring for the Red Knights, number 1.
And the result is going to be possession arrow. Fate points to the the Hudson Raiders. And they're gonna decide actually to face it off in the middle. So, that's the first time I've seen that. Several years of lacrosse broadcasting. So they just decide if they don't know what's wrong, then they just say, let's start it over. Yeah, can't get any fairer than that. All right, won by number 7. I doubt that's what happened too. I was just trying to figure it out. All right, now Benji Watts with it. He won, going down was number 6, Gus Bell, and a turnover, and now the Raiders, and now they lose it. Ball loose, and Rolled gets tripped. Is there gonna be a whistle? Yes, there is. That's gonna be a penalty. That should put a man down. No penalty, let's see. Does somebody go take a knee on the far side? No, they just was a turnover on the trip. Although they just threw a flag, are they gonna go pick it up? All right, meanwhile, Dylan Parker comes in off the bench, in the slot, wide open with the shot, deflected right in front by number 22 for the Raiders. He is gonna see that tomorrow. That was Gabe Pilgrim taking one for the team, literally. Let's see that. Yeah, right, exactly. Great camera work, Nick and Andrew. Yeah, he took that in that left thigh. That is going to hurt. It's good that he just keeps moving around. Yeah, he's still feeling it, folks. Yeah, he's calling for a sub too. I just think he put his hand up. He's looking to the sideline. He needs to get out. Yep, you can see him right there. Oh no, they're just switching places. Okay. All right, play back underway, 37 seconds to go. Near side, number 12, Adam Beckman. Behind the net. Popane, Hunter, Dylan Parker, his shot wide right. Stops the clock with 25.2 seconds to go. As we near the end of quarter number 1, Red Knights up 5-0. Oh, there's that sun right there, Sky rolled. Loses it and recovers nicely with 11 seconds to go. 9. Trying to get one last shot here. 6, I'm not sure he's aware of how much time is, or they're just content to let the clock run out. That's exactly what they're gonna do, and that will conclude quarter number 1 from Benilde-St. Margaret. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports streaming live on YouTube. Red Knights lead 5-0. Come on back for quarter number 2.
While serving in Afghanistan, I was hit by sniper fire. The fighting was so intense, the medevac chopper was barely able to land. In the hospital, I was given a 5% chance to live. It's a good thing math wasn't my best subject. Today, I visit classrooms and share my story. I talk to kids about dealing with life's struggles. I tell them, with a little help and a lot of work, that you can overcome any challenge.
DAV helps veterans like Adam get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
I know that some struggles are big and some are small, but they're all struggles, and you have to learn to get through them. With support from DAV, more veterans like me can live their best life. And as a new father, I have one more reason to keep on keeping on. My victory is being there for the next generation.
Adam Alexander, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
All right, I'm here. Oh, we're back. Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We're streaming live on YouTube. My name is Robert Christensen, by the way. Glad you're with us. Our score 5-0 after quarter number 1. Teams switch sides. Sun is starting to set in the background. Temperature here around 55 degrees. Temperature dropping, but the wind is a factor. It's about 10 to 12 miles out of the northwest. And you can see the shadows coming across the field from behind our camera angles. The Red Knights start out on offense after having scored 5 and giving up 0. Raiders really, I don't think, have had a shot on goal all afternoon, and that shot sails high over the crossbar, taken by number 6, Gus Bell. Red Knights will retain possession. 12 minutes on the clock to start quarter number 2. Again, glad you're with us. Enjoying Red Knight lacrosse, and in front, nice save by Preston Bakken, the sophomore. Comes up with that one at the doorstep. His outlet pass gets deflected right in front, and the goal by number 1, Dylan Popane, as he took advantage of the turnover. And that gives the Red Knights a 6-0 lead. And just the tenaciousness on the forecheck by the Red Knights led to that. Beautiful shadows, though, with that sunshine coming in. And there is Popane, and he comes in, goes left. Oh, look at that. Went right around his hip. A little flick of the wrist by number 1, Dylan Popane, results in goal number 6 with 11:26 to go. Second quarter, face-off, middle. Draw taken by number 7, Benji Watts, the senior, and it's won this time by the Raiders, but it's taken back by Riley Murphy, or intercepted, and now picked up by Sky Vold, and he gets tripped again. That's the second time, and there goes the flag. And now the Raiders, once they touch it, that'll draw the whistle, stops the clock with 11:08 to go. And that should give the Red Knights a player advantage, I would imagine. Penalty, and yes, taking a knee for the Raiders is number 24, Calden Spreeder. Freshman, called on the trip. He's out of our camera view, but that's what they do. They take a knee when they're in the penalty box, so to speak. And now the Red Knights with a player advantage, 6-goal lead, 11 minutes to go, quarter number 2. In that beautiful sunshine, and the shot off the post ricochets all the way out to the top of the key. A near miss by the Red Knights. That with the ball is number 12, Backman, to the near side. He tries it again. Number 6, Gus Bell, looking for that goal. He's had a couple of opportunities. Certainly feels like the team wants to get him on the board here early on, as he's had 2 shots. Unsuccessful. He'll keep trying. I expect he'll get a goal before this one's up. We're through here. Now top of the key, and right there, Sky Rolled gets his 4th, as he just drills that ball like Swiss cheese, going right through the defense of the Raiders. And now it's 7-0, and then that begs the question. Look at the replay, and you wonder if the sun didn't have an impact on the goaltender, Preston Bakken, also. It's really at that tough angle, only for a few more minutes. As you can see, the field is almost covered in shadows, not quite. It's quite a neat effect. Next time you should come down, you can see the beautiful trees before the foliage comes in. Just a great spot to watch any type of sport here on the Red Knights campus. We listen to Mick, the PA announcer on the far side, announcing that last goal for Sky Rolled. Popane will be credited with the assist. So our score is 7-0, 10:39 to go. And what I was about to say begs the question, what's the mercy rule here in lacrosse? Is there one? I can't remember. 12 or something? Okay. So we're at 7, and what I mean by that, the mercy rule is they go to running time if you're up by 12. I'm not sure if you have to get to the third quarter or not. It might be throughout the whole game. But meanwhile, we'll keep an eye on that as well. But right now, the Red Knights are clearly on pace for having the mercy rule instituted. Let's see if the Raiders can answer back here, but not right now as number 1 picks it up, Dylan Popane. And that draws a whistle and a timeout on the field. This time by the Red Knights. Coach Giuseppe Palermo reminds me of a famous MLB umpire from back in the day. I think his name was Nick Palermo. Doubt there's any relation, but there's Palermo talking to his troops. Meanwhile, I don't know, there's the beautiful sky here. It is unbelievably colorful, and these purples and blues, violets, that's an incredible shot. You can see the wind, that's out of the northwest. And the one thing I noticed when I pulled into the parking lot here at Red Knightville, all kinds of things going on. You got the baseball team going on behind us where the sun is setting. You've got a team practicing on the far side. Looks like this, I don't know what's going on. That must be track and field. Just a bevy of spring activities. Always a great sign. The Twins are playing. Summer is on its way after a long, hard, well, it really wasn't a long, hard, cold winter this year. We had a couple spurts of coldness, but gosh, it's the warmest winter I can remember being on the planet. I'll take that anytime. All right, now timeout over. 7-0 our score. Red Knights with possession. Starting out on the far side in the offensive zone will be number 34, Dylan Parker. With him at the top of the key around the horn, with him number 23, Jack Anderson, and then on the near side, number 16, Holton Vanderlinde. Meanwhile, some sort of administrative red tape going on the far side. The referee comes out, blows the whistle. We're underway. 10-12 to go, second quarter. Red Knights with the ball and a 7-goal lead on the near side. That's number 6, Gus Bell. Bell now rushes the far side, pass right in front, connects, and the goal by Dylan Popane. That's going to be the assist from Gus Bell. And that pass was magnificent as he threaded the needle and found Popane, the little soft spot right in front of the net. Right here, he backed off, and nice little flick of the wrist, isn't it? So much in the wrist I'm just starting to kind of figure out as he went low, and the goaltender Bakken never saw it. At least that's how it appeared to me from my vantage point. And Popane, I'm not keeping stats. I think that's his second or third goal. 8-0 now, Red Knights. That goal comes with 10 minutes to go, second quarter. Back to the center circle at midfield. And they're battling for that face-off. Again, number 7, Benji Watts for the Red Knights, and it's won by the Raiders. They've done a nice job at the face-offs. They just can't keep possession of the ball just like that. And now we got a flag, and that's going to be a penalty again against the Raiders to add insult to injury. They cannot get a break here this afternoon. And now the Red Knights with a player advantage and a power play on the way, unless they score right here, and they do. Number 16 this time, Holton Vanderlinde makes it 9-0 with 9:29 to go. I like that alliteration, right? 9 with 9:29, and my goodness. The floodgates are open in St. Louis Park, and the Red Knights are having a clinic tonight on offense. 9-0, and we've still got 9:29 to go in the first half. Second quarter, back to the center circle at midfield. And now the mercy rule is in play for sure. And that face-off won again by number 7, Benji Watts. Now rushing that far side, that is Will Connor. Look at the speed. Now top of the key to Gus Bell. Red Knights, you gotta believe they haven't played organized, well, maybe in some sort of club sports, I'm sure they have, but this is what they care about most, their high school team. And just to be out, having not played since June, I can tell they just want to get out there and have fun, and that's exactly what they're doing, as they should. Now, Sky rolled with it. Number 16 winds up Vanderlinde and can't get it to go. Goes past the net. Here we look at Vanderlinde retreat after that valiant effort, and now the Red Knights retain possession. Under 9 minutes to go, second quarter. Top of the key, Sky rolled. He's got 4 goals. Duke's left, wide open. Winds up, goes wide right. Boy, he brought all the mustard on that one, didn't he? Yes, he did. 4 goals there for number 3, Sky rolled, senior captain. This team, it's state tournament championship game or bust. In front, Popane this time. Great defense. They were waiting for it this time, the Raiders, because this is the goal from just before. And right there, number 21 for the Raiders, smartly, Sam Dickman was able to go in there and interrupt that shot by Popane. That was going to be an actual mirror of that other goal. And there's Gus Bell. Now he finds his range. It's almost like a spring training baseball game, right? I mean, he took a couple shots, and it's not the same as in practice. The intensity's not the same. The speed is not the same. And now he found his range, and now look out. Gus Bell, he threw, yep, exactly. Oh, yeah, that's what it felt like. I remember. Yeah, big sigh of relief. I know what that feels like. Not in lacrosse, but in other types of sports. You know, you find your range early on. And now it's 10-0 with 8:13 to go, quarter number 2. Yeah, and these Red Knights, it's, you know, they're just getting the rust off the cylinders. It's like if you drive a car around and 30 miles per hour, you got to get it out on the freeway, blow out those carbons. That's exactly what's happening here for the Red Knights here. They're blowing out the carbons from all the rust all winter long. Now turning on it. Gus Bell, he wants more. Oh, nice defense as they made him alter his shot. I think number 17 for the Raiders, Aiden Siebert with the long stick, just in there to interrupt that shot. Good defense by the Raiders that time, and now they have possession. And let's see if they can make it pay off. They've had a hard time just possessing that ball. Nice pass, though, from deep again, this time by 21, Sam Dickman. That was beautiful. And now a timeout by the Raiders. They have not been in the offensive zone with possession. We got a rainbow, Paul, out there over the practice field. There it is. Look at that. Huh? Nature showing off here in the spring. It can't get more beautiful than that on an April night here in Minneapolis, St. Paul. My goodness, St. Louis Park. Huh? My words can't do anything to make that picture look better, that's for sure. My goodness, I just want to stare at that. All right, now timeout over with. Coming up anyway. The Red Knights are done timing out, but yeah, let's just keep a look at that view. That is like postcards. Well, what do I like to say? That is suitable for framing right there. You got the scoreboard there. Beautiful campus here at St. Louis Park, Benilde-St. Margaret's. Unbelievable. All right, now still they're talking about it. Red Knights are out on the pitch. They're ready to play. Meanwhile, the Raiders are still talking it over. They need to get a goal here, and I can see why their coach, Jorgen Riguri, took it here. They need to get on the board here, a sense of pride, give something to work on. I think it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to miraculously come back. Okay, now we're ready to go. Thanks for those shots there. That was Nick and Andrew. They're on top, braving the wind, and it's cold up there, but bringing us those beautiful shots. That rainbow just continues to expand. All right, now Raiders with it. Let's see after the timeout if they can orchestrate a play here to get a goal. Look at Will Connor. He is on him like a blanket, and it results in a turnover just like that. And that is going to be the problem for the Raiders all night. Look at Esco showing some dance moves out there, spinning away from the defense. I like that new goaltender now. I forget who the goaltender was from last year. He was stellar, I think, for a couple of years. So now Esco steps in as a senior, and I like the footwork of that kid. That was really cool to watch. Could become in handy when they need to draw in the defense and spring somebody. That's exactly what that can do. Draw them in and open up someone down the field. All right, now Red Knights with the ball and a 10-goal lead as we are now at 6:38 to go, quarter number 2. And Gus Bell trips on his own feet there just a little bit. And now coming away with it, nicely picking it up, number 29. That is Aiden Tapper-Eng. And now the outlet pass, unable to connect, and that's going to be an unforced error. And right away with it is number 5, Hunter Pear. He's another prolific scorer for the Red Knights, yet to get on the board. And you wonder if it isn't his time now with 6:13 to go. It certainly feels that way. All these guys got to eat. He takes the shot, gets deflected in front. I liked how he made that turn move, made the angle tougher, and the defense was there for the Raiders. So they played okay on defense the last couple of forays down the field for the Red Knights. And now that outlet pass connects to number 17, Siebert. Siebert, though, tries to get it over midfield, and it's poked away by Riley Murphy, and that's going to result in another turnover. And again, the defense of the Red Knights, they are the big red machine here. Early 10-goal lead, still almost better part of 6 minutes to go. And this rainbow is unbelievable. All right, now here it comes. Look at Esco, the goaltender. He's 75% down the field, sprinting back. He has got his own identity out there. I like it. Although when you stray from the net, that can get you in trouble sometimes. You see that in NHL hockey. But that's his style, and I like, if everyone's covered, rush it right down there. It was very effective. I'm all in favor of creative goaltending, and he is bringing that to the table here. Now underneath, shot taken by number 23, Jack Anderson. And you can feel the temperature starting to drop here as that sun continues to set. And now behind the net, that's number 5, Hunter Pear. Tried to get it inside to Gus Bell. Ball loose, picked up by Dylan Parker. Parker behind the net. Parker, he's going to try to stuff it in, and he does. And Parker gets on the board, and he scores goal number 11 in quarter number 2 of game number 1. And here is Dylan Parker. Nice moves there, comes in and goes low. Kept his head up to distract the goaltender, and he can't blame the sun this time as the sun has set. And that is a goal for Dylan Parker. And 11. The assist is going to be from Gus Bell. Now back to the center circle, midfield, 4:50 to go, and that face-off again is won by Benji Watts. And he gives it up, and the Red Knights are on offense again. Coming off the field, picking up the ball for the Red Knights, number 16, Hudson Benilde-St. And right in front, in the behind the head shot taken by Gus Bell, and the save made by number 45, Preston Bakken, as he scurries away from the defense, and another nice outlet pass by Bakken. And now the Raiders have it with number 3 into the offensive zone. That's Clyde Zhang, and now he gets it poke-checked away, picked up by number 11. That is Brady Marcus, the sophomore, as he rushes it in the offensive zone, makes a cut right, coming right in. That's number 11 with it, excuse me. Yeah, Brady Marcus. I had that right. What a play by Marcus, coming all the way in with the long stick, and it gets deflected by Bakken. Nice save by the sophomore for the Raiders. And the ball out of bounds. Clock continues to wind down, and now the wind is really swirling out there. Almost a Northern Lights a feel out there also. Now the shot and a goal, sky rolled. That's number 5 for number 3. And number 12 for the Red Knights. And that one will come with 3:42 to go in quarter number 2. Sky rolled. Maybe a Metro Athlete of the Week here if he keeps up this pace. He's at 5. Did I lose count? Oh my goodness, right at waist level. There's that rainbow hanging out. Those aren't really Northern Lights, I don't believe. Those are just clouds, but it certainly has a Northern Light. Yeah, it could be. But it's not raining on the field, but it's just a cool effect. Look at that purple. All right, now face off, center circle. This time the Raiders control. Nice scoop by number 14, Murphy Beatty. But here's where the Raiders run into trouble. Almost every time, and there they do again, unfortunately, for the Raiders. Riley Murphy, and now with possession is number 13, Raphael Johnson-Nixon. Oh, pass to Gus Bell right in front. I don't know if they hit the post or deflected off the goaltender, Bakken. Nevertheless, it was a save, and now the outlet pass by Bakken to number 29. That is Tapper Eng. He brings it across midfield. Eng with it, drifts to the right side. Now looking, and this is where they run into trouble with it, and there it is stolen. My, look at the cat-like quick hands of Jack Bourget. Now he'll come in and deliver the shot and a goal. Number 13 for number 22, his first goal of the year, Jack Bourget, the senior, with the turnover, single-handedly rushes it in there. Just looking around, all the space in the world. There was a little bit of closing the gap right there by 21, but he was there too late for the Raiders. That was Sam Dickman. And number 22, Bourget, on the scoring column, 13-0. They still have the clock stopped. They really should institute that mercy rule at this point. Now Raiders lose that face-off. That's again Benji Watts.
Number 22, Jack Bourget.
I wonder if it isn't 14. All right, now Gus Bell. He takes a shot, goes wide right, and tries to chase it and goes face first. Gets up just fine. Field seems to be in pretty good condition. There was isolated showers around the metro area, nothing steady, just pockets here and there. So far been dry, but there is rain all around us, just little pockets. Now the ball loose into the offensive zone, and it's picked up by Will Connor, 0. All kinds of space as he rushes into the offensive zone. That's Popane with the shot from the 45-degree angle, blocked by Bakken. He didn't see where the rebound went, and now it's loose behind the net, picked up by Popane. 2 minutes to go, quarter number 2. 13-0 lead. And now that is Dylan Parker. So far, no lightning, thankfully. Otherwise, that'll delay things for, 30 minutes. Let's hopefully there won't be any lightning. And the shot and a goal. It was initially deflected by the goaltender Bakken, and the shot taken by Hunter Payer. He was one of the leading scorers last year, so everyone's getting their taste of on the scoring column here, game 1. Good confidence building going on. Payer, though, look at that shot. Partially deflected, but did make it through, showing the power on his shot. And the clock is stopped at 1:39 to go. What about that mercy rule, Paul? I'm not quite sure. Maybe it is. Hopefully they know about it, right? No, I guess not. It's got to be the second half, I'm sure. Okay, now here is the Red Knights. And the face-off at center circle, this time won by number 1. That's Aiden Rivera, the sophomore. And he loses control, but it's saved by number 13, Gavin Tarnowski. He loses it, and a swarm of Red Knights just relentless on defense. And now a whistle and a turnover, and they're going to give possession to the Red Knights. And now they have it with 1:18 to go and a 2-touchdown lead here in quarter number 2. And intercepted, and rare turnover by the Red Knights. And look at number 21 lowering his shoulder. He's a big kid out there, that Sam Dickman, throwing his weight around. And it gets deflected away, and here come the Red Knights with 1 man, and now a Red Knight is down. Is that Popane? Oh my goodness. I just saw him wince in pain. I'm not sure if that's Popane or not. Or is it number 6? That's Gus Bell right there. Watch his legs here. See what happens. No, it's number 1, Popane, right there. Oh, his right knee got twisted, and he went right to his head there, and I think they're going to be looking at his right knee. And there is really got quiet here as all the players have taken a knee. And you wonder, let's see if he can put any weight on this. Sometimes when those things happen, at first you think they're bad, and then once you kind of collect your bearings and you can get up and you put weight on it, that's when you really know. But right now they're trying to get some information from him before they have him do anything, which is really smart. And it's starting to get dark around here as well. And you could hear a pin drop here. And now a round of applause. Let's see, it looks like he's under his own power. That's a good sign there if you're a Red Knight fan, and also more importantly a Dylan Popane fan. And he's just gonna sit down and just collect his thoughts. I'll bet we see him back here. There he is. He's got weight on it. I think he's gonna be okay. I think it's one of those scary things. Hopefully that's just what it is. But with a 14-goal lead and as important as he is to this team, you wonder if his night shouldn't be over just because of precautionary level, and you'd hate to have him further injure it with a 14-goal lead when they really don't need him out there at this point. So we'll see if they take a cautious approach. Although Dylan Popane is a junior, so he's got a whole nother year after this one. I would definitely sit him down if I was the coach. But, you know, he may want to come back in. It's way too much fun to be out there. High school careers only last so long, and you want to play as much as you can. So we'll keep an eye on him on that sideline. You can see him just beyond the 30 extended. Now the referees are coming over talking to the coach, and I'm not sure. I can't imagine what they'd be talking about. There's 59 and oh, there is a flag on the field. Okay. And okay, but I still don't understand why they discuss it. They always throw flags all the time, and there's never all this discussion. There's the coach. I assume that's Giuseppe Palermo right there, and also Coach Jordan Ruggieri. A couple of Italian names running lacrosse sports teams. I hope they're not talking about lightning. I haven't seen any lightning, but it's certainly, well, this time of year you can have hail. Yeah, there's our sky. It's heavy clouds, no rain, I think would be the term, right? Those are heavy clouds. They are heavy, but no rain. All right, now the referees seem to have concluded their meeting over on the sideline. And there is Dylan Parker. 5-on-5. I think I overheard the referee say. So 5-on-5. So that's okay. There's two players down with a knee on the far sideline. So that's what the discussion was about. They penalized both players, so it's 5-on-5. They're both at even strength, but not at full strength. 51 seconds to go, 14-0 lead. Red Knights with the ball. Lights are on here on the campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's. This is game one of season 2024 for these award-winning Red Knights, and they are up 14-0, and there's a shot. Strike that. 15-0 with 32.3 to go. And number 6, Gus Bell. I think that's his third of the night. It's for sure his second. And there's a shot. Look at that. I mean, I think that had a little, it was like a little slider left to right. Rising slider. You don't see that in baseball, but in lacrosse, those balls can do all kinds of things. And that goal again comes with 32.3 to go. 15-0. The assist goes to Dylan Parker. Face off, center circle. Waning moments of quarter number 2. This time that face-off was taken by number 19, Owen Gurton, and he wins it. And now behind the net, centering pass to Hunter Payer, misses the mark, picked up by number 6, Gus Bell. 16 seconds to go, 6 has it, and he's gonna hold on to that ball here, and I think that's a wise thing to do. He's gonna let the clock run out. 15-goal lead, no reason. Get in at halftime. Dylan Popane still on the bench on the far side. And there's your whistle, signaling the end of quarter number 2. We're at halftime. That's your score. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. Come on back for half number 2.
Your story doesn't have to end. As an organ donor, the good in you can live on. In fact, you can save up to 8 lives through organ donation. Sign up to give the gift of life after you're gone. You'll be happy you did. Just maybe, someone else will too. Sign up online today as an organ, eye, and tissue donor at organdonor.gov. It saves lives.
Back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are in St. Louis Park on the beautiful campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's, bringing you Red Knight Lacrosse, non-conference style. Hudson from Wisconsin coming across the border, have yet to get on the board. That's our score, 15-0 for the defending conference champions and perennial state tournament participant. And right off the bat, 15 seconds into the second half, quarter number 3, if you will, is a goal by number 6, Gus Bell. And we are going in running time, so the mercy rule is in effect, and that means the clock will not stop except for lightning, right? So we're praying for no lightning. It's a little chilly for the fans out there. The temperature at game time was 58 degrees, but that's when the sun was out. The wind has died down somewhat, but 12 miles out of the northwest, so a cold Canadian wind makes it very chilly for the spectators. Lots of jackets with that wind. And their team up 16-0. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us. Our first game of the year, match of the year for boys lacrosse. Love bringing you the action. They are a great lacrosse team, and already they've got 16 goals early in the third quarter. Under 11 minutes to go, and now the Raiders in the dark unis with the ball on the far side, taking it behind the net for the Raiders. That's number 16, George Giroux. Now on the far side, here's that goal being announced, Gus Bell. He's got several tonight. I've lost count. I know Sky Rolled has 5. Now with the ball on the near side, number 20 tries to get position, Davis Miller, and he puts it in. Davis Miller, number 20, from behind the net, puts the Raiders on the board. And here he is. He persevered and went down low. What a nifty shot that was, as he fooled Axel Esco, and he just snuck it in there in that lower right-hand corner. And that is a hard place to defend, I would think, if you are a lacrosse goaltender. I equate it to tennis. If you ever played tennis, you know, a shot at the feet is hard to get. You got to get low, and that was well-placed shot there by Davis Miller. Not 16-1. Let's see how the Red Knights respond. That's how they respond. 3 seconds later, a goal. This time, Hunter Payer, his second of the night, right here off the face-off, won again by Benji Watts. Finds Payer at the doorstep. He gets rid of it quickly, doesn't wind up, and that's what the key to that goal was, other than the beautiful pass by Watts. But Payer just got it out of his basket as soon as possible. Didn't allow the goalie to react, and he scored it. And we do have a new goaltender in nets for the Hudson Raiders. I'll see if I can bring you who that is here in a minute. As soon as I can see his full number from this distance. Not always easy with the sundown as well. Now the Red Knights back on offense, and we got a whistle from a far away and a timeout taken by the Red Knights. And that does stop the clock. Timeout stopped the clock. It stopped with 8:30 to go. And I always wonder, when there's such a differential in goals, why a coach would call timeout. But it'll give us a chance, though, to look at the upcoming schedule for the Red Knights. And after this home debut, they're on the road for 3. Orono, that could be tough competition out west by the lake. Centennial, more on the east side of the metro area, north of St. Paul, near Lino Lakes. Then Bloomington Jefferson to the south, right down Highway 100. You could take a bus there on Highway 100. Then Edina comes here. That should be a tough match. At Chaska, always a good sports town. Not quite sure how they are at Lacrosse. Then at Lakeville South, I think they're a perennial winner every year in boys lacrosse at Stillwater, at Moorhead. That'll be a trip. That's a 4-hour journey up 94. And then Chanhassen to finish it out. They are a good lacrosse team, Chanhassen. So some tough matches coming up for the Red Knights, but tonight, a great start to the season, 17-1 against the Wisconsin Hudson Raiders, and now following the timeout by the Red Knights. And that could also be just to reorganize, get players off the bench that get them in the match and you want to kind of organize them. Although I do see most of the starters still out there, and that being one, Dylan Parker with it. Now to the near side to 16, Holton Vanderlinde. Now behind the net, centering pass to Parker. He tried to touch pass it in there and couldn't quite. Right there, tried to just almost like bat it in there, but he did catch it and release it. Now again, here is Parker, takes a hit, and now his outlet pass to relieve the pressure goes by the wayside errant, and now a turnover, and now the Raiders have it. That's number 20, Davis Miller. He has their one goal. They're down 17-1. We're in running time with 7:40 to go. Quarter number 3. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports on Location, a production of the taxpayers of St. Louis Park. We're grateful for their contributions. Part of the thing that makes this a great city is their television coverage. They have several channels, and we're glad you're with us tonight. Okay, now the Red Knights into the offensive zone to number 16, Holton Vanderlinde. Vanderlinde takes the return pass from Hunter Payer. Now the centering pass, deflected in front, ball loose, picked up by Aiden Parker. Nice bing-pang pass right to the center, and they lose it. Now look at the passing of the Red Knights, just right there. The pinpoint passing, 5 different players touched it within a matter of seconds. That was as beautiful to watch as any goal I've seen. And the skill of this team continues to amaze. And there is another example. Let's call it Exhibit 18 and their 18th goal. 18-1, right? That is Exhibit 18. Yeah, never saw it. Part of that could be the light. It's not only dark out, but it's really dark out with that cloud cover. It's like a midnight dark out. It's dark, despite the lights being on, and it's an adjustment, I think, for the eyes here, and that goaltender did not see that ball at all. God bless him. All right, now, and now Watts. I don't know what's going on here. I guess they called a foul on the Raiders, and now picking it up for the Red Knights, Raphael Johnson-Nixon. Gotta love that name. Should we call him RJN? I don't know. I wonder if that is what he's called outside. Anyway, I'm going to continue to say Raphael Johnson-Nixon because it's really fun to say. Okay, on the far side, ball loose and a turnover, a rare one, and an unforced error committed by the Red Knights. And there is the goaltender. That is number 28, Jaden Coons, the junior. In the second half has assumed the goaltender duties. And now here comes Riley Murphy. Murphy to Aiden Parker, and his underhand Kenta Colby type shot. Sidearmed it. Sailed over the crossbar right here. Look at the torque on that. Just missed under the crossbar. And I'm saying just missed. Ball possession retained by the Red Knights. Under 5 minutes to play.
Red Knights, number 23, Jack Anderson.
That was a few minutes ago. We're announcing that 18th goal. Jack Anderson getting the goal. They're announcing it to the home crowd. Not too many visitors over on the other side from Hudson for the Raiders. Mostly a home crowd here. Centering pass, Gus Bell saved by number 29. No, excuse me, 28. That was Jaden Coons for the Raiders. And now the ensuing rebound, picked up, shot, deflected in front by Esco. And a nice shot opportunity. That was Landon Ludeman for the Raiders. And now here come the Red Knights. Look at the speed. Now Hunter Parker with the goal. Dylan Parker, I should say. My fault there. Dylan Parker took that pass and delivered the shot. right here, wide open, had his day, cuts back, goes low, and finds the back of the net, beating the goaltender, number 28, Jaden Coons. He's got, that's at least his second goal. And the assist will go to Brady Marcus as we now are at 3:33 remaining in quarter number 3. 1 quarter to go after this one, but we are in running time. Mercy rule in play here. Now picking it up is Sky Rolled. He got things going. He had an early hat trick with the first 5 minutes. And now changes by both teams as Rolled holds on to it. As we approach 3 minutes to go, quarter number 3. Jack Anderson now to the far side. That's number 16 with it, Vanderlinde. Vanderlinde still with it, gets pushed out on the perimeter, finds a way around. Excuse me, that's Gus Bell, and he takes a shot. I thought that was number 16, Vanderlinde, but it was Gus Bell on that far side, and he has multiple goals tonight as he breaks away from the defender, finds an open space, and delivers the shot on that far side. I don't think it bounced either. That had nice pace on it, a frozen rope into the back of the net. 20-1 our score. Clock continues to wind down, 2:25 to go. 20-1 here. Pure domination. Face off, middle, midfield, center circle, and a whistle, and this time an infraction against the Red Knights. Number 19 on the face-off, that was Owen Gerton, the junior, and the Raiders have it, but probably not for long. This is where they struggle. They still have it, leaning in, number 15, Ludeman. Ludeman does retain possession and able to hold on to it as he's getting harassed on defense by 21, David Longeman, the freshman for the Red Knights on defense. Raiders now with a little bit of sustained possession. That's Davis Miller, centering pass right in front, couldn't connect. Picked up though, and the goal. On the miscue, it was picked up by Ludeman, and he found the back of the net, beating Axel Esco. So here's this play, number 23, Saltzman, behind the net. That's Davis Miller. Looking, had a wide open player. Well, not wide open, he miscued it, but Johnny on the spot and getting rid of it quickly was Landon Ludeman, and it paid off on the rebound, and that's goal number 2 for the Raiders. Clock continues to wind down, 1:06 remaining, quarter number 3. So good for the Raiders getting on the board here. Their second goal of the match, second goal of the quarter here. The official announcement as they set up the face-off. 45 seconds remaining, quarter number 3. Face-off won by the Raiders. Aiden Rivera, the sophomore, as he still retains possession. Now picked up on the far side by number 6, Griffin Underwood. A whistle and a stoppage. And not another timeout, is it? There is a timeout with 31.2 seconds to go. So they'll talk it over, the Raiders will. So after that second goal, Coach Jordan Ruggieri saw the need to call a timeout there. And maybe they are thinking about a comeback down 20-2. I don't think they are, but he might also be going to the bench, and a good chance to kind of talk to some players who might be getting in here before the end of the match, getting them some varsity experience. I certainly would be thinking about that. Is now, wow, we turned the cameras around, and during halftime, you can watch the baseball game behind us, and let me call that game for you. Number 27 on the mound for the Red Knights. First pitch, pass ball. Is anybody on base over there? I don't think so. And I don't have a program, so I don't know who number 17 is. And I can't tell the team they're playing, but he's going from the stretch, and now we're going back to lacrosse, unless you want to keep bringing baseball. Where else other than ParkTV 16 Sports can we bring you 2 sports at one time, simultaneously? Well, that's redundant, isn't it? Okay, back to the lacrosse. 31.2 seconds to go. That was fun. All right, now maybe we can go to a split screen, Paul, one day and call both games in their entireties at the same time. That might be some world record. Who knows? All right, now here comes the Raiders with it. Number 7, Carson Strenger behind the net. That's number 16, George Giroux. Giroux getting harassed by the Red Knights, loses control, ball out of bounds, turnover, Red Knights possess. And there is the siren signaling the end of quarter number 3. Our score after 3 quarters of play, Benilde 20-2. Come on back for quarter number 3. 12 minutes on the board.
Drownings are the #1 cause of accidental death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Designate an adult water watcher to watch kids in and around water. Save the phone calls and texts for when the kids are out of the water. Properly fence all pools with fences at least 4 feet high and with self-closing, self-latching gates. When above-ground pools aren't in use, remove the ladders. When pools aren't in use, cover them. Teach kids to stay away from drains. And if a child is missing, check the pool or spa first. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life. Until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
All right, I'm here. Oh, we're back. I'm back. And I'm Robert Christensen, and you're watching ParkTV 16 Sports, and this is Benilde-St. Margaret's Boys Lacrosse, and we're about to begin quarter number 3. We're streaming live on YouTube. Glad you're with us. 20-2 our score, and if you want to see a clinic in scoring, stay around for the next 12 minutes. We're in mercy rule running time, unless there's a timeout by either team. And the Red Knights, the scoreboard tells all you need to know. Pure domination tonight by the Red Knights as they start their 2024 campaign, and it's state tournament championship or bust for this Red Knight team. And look at Jack Anderson rushing that out. No, that was number 33, excuse me. Cole Langevin, the junior. Nicely done on defense, and now he's got the Red Knights set up on offense. That's number 6, Gus Bell, the captain. Nice pass into the slot. Picked up by number 17, Griffin Elliott. He'll rush off. Excuse me, that was 13, Raphael Johnson-Nixon. Now with it is Jack Anderson. He's got a goal tonight. Now into the corner. That is Dylan Parker. Top of the key. Red Knights, Jack Anderson rushes the far side, pulls up, pass underneath to Gus Bell. His underhanded shot goes wide left, out of bounds, and it's picked up on the far side by, that looks like Owen Gerton, if I can read his number right, or is that number 16, excuse me, Vanderlinde. Yes, Vanderlinde now rushes into slot. He's gonna take a shot, and it hit the crossbar. Deflects out to Gus Bell, top of the key. Gus Bell holds onto it. Now he winds up his own shot, and it goes wide, out of bounds, behind the net. Clock continues to wind down, 10.5 minutes to go. And yes, that was Vanderlinde with the shot. And right off the crossbar, I don't think the goaltender, Lukey, saw that. Now contact in front. Now coming in, Jack Anderson, his shot gets deflected and ends up in the basket of the goaltender, and there's a whistle. Clock continues to wind down, and it ended up into the basket of the goaltender. Here's that replay. Right there, Aiden Parker taking the big shot from number 15, Landon Ludeman. As they sort things out here, and there is a man down on a knee, so a penalty against the Raiders for that hit. That's number 15, Ludeman. And the wind continues to swirl. Temperatures are dropping. Nearly 60 degrees today. Going to be beautiful in the 70s this weekend, but tonight it's a little chilly. Typical April. As the seasons are changing right before our eyes here in mid-April in St. Louis Park, and that shot goes wide right. Red Knights will retain possession. 9:14 remaining, quarter number 3. That is rolled behind the net. He'll back up. Rolled now, looking for a centering pass. Top of the key to Jack Anderson. Now in the slot. That is Gus Bell behind the net. Hunter Payer. Around the horn we go. Top of the key. Anderson winds up and scores. Right at eye level. Beats the goaltender, Bluski, the sophomore for the Raiders. 21-2 our score, 8:40 to go. Clock continues to wind down in quarter number 4. Look at that beautiful shot. That ball rose as it approached the goaltender. And I think that's the other place that makes it very difficult for goaltenders. Anything at head level or above or right at their feet. I think if it's right at their face, they're more likely to save it, though, because it's just mere, sometimes just self-protection takes over. But if it's at your head level and either way, I think it's very difficult to get your own goaltender basket up there at such tight quarters, especially if it's at close range. And now the clock continues to wind down, under 8 minutes to go, as there's a whistle and a flag on the field and a penalty against the Red Knights. And are we going to see a player on the ground, or is that just going to be a turnover? And a free start here for the Raiders. Landon Ludeman. And the whistle, and they're underway here. So now Ludeman, number 15. His team has 2 goals here in the second half. Much of an improvement over half number 1. Now in the slot, the shot taken deflected. That was taken by number 16, George Giroux for the Raiders. And the Raiders get the rebound and still maintain possession with 7:17 to go. Now in the slot on the top of the key, Davis Miller, that's number 20. Now in the slot to number 16, Giroux. Giroux gives it up. And now Davis Miller lost it, found it again, and his shot was deflected. Ball goes out of bounds on that far corner. Under 7 minutes to play now, quarter number 4. And the Raiders now retain possession. Top of the key to Miller. Raiders' longest sustained possession of the night, I would say. As that shot taken by the far side, number 23, Jackson Saltzman, the freshman. And now the Raiders still with possession. 6.5 minutes to go, quarter number 4. And there is number 23, Saltzman. He'll drift on that far side, being guarded closely by Riley Murphy for the Red Knights. Now behind the net, that is Davis Miller, and he loses it, and an unforced error turns the ball back over to the Red Knights with 6:11 remaining. And we do have a whistle and not another timeout. Really? Not to be too critical, I promise, but okay, nope, just a whistle. Clock continues to wind. No, it is stopped with 6:06 to go. And I don't know why it is stopped. Huh. And I'm looking to see where the referees are. I don't know what they're talking about here. Yeah, but why the clock is stopped is the real question here. It's cold out there. I think people want to go home. Their team is up 21-2. Not sure what the holdup is here. All right. Maybe the clock keeper forgot. I'm not sure. Okay, play back underway. Raiders with it. Number 8 off the bench for the Raiders. That's Benjamin Grismore, the sophomore. Now behind the net, Davis Miller. Miller now, he'll spin around. All the way to the top of the key. We're under 6 minutes to play now. Approaching 5.5. Now on the near side, that is 15, Ludeman. Ludeman gets pushed back, loses control of the ball. Ball's still loose. Great defense by number 13, Raphael Johnson-Nixon. And they are harassing him, and Nixon comes away with it. Here comes Raphael. Oh, he goes down on the sideline, and boy, I think he took a whack to the head. It certainly appeared that way to me. Wow. And a whistle, and the clock is stopped again. Is there a timeout? It looks that way with 5:12 to go. And again, I don't understand the timeouts when the game is not in doubt here. The parents are freezing. Everyone wants to look at the win there. But you know, when you're winning 21-2 and you've got a state championship team every year, you don't get to tell the coach how to do it, do you? But there he is. I think he's just organizing the troops here. It is their first game. Quick timeout there. Nothing more to add. The coach is on the sideline. And they've got to be very happy with how their Red Knight team looks so far in match 1. And there's not a lot of more comments to make here. Red Knights lead 21-2, timeout on the field, 5:12 to go. Clock stopped. It's windy, it's cold, and it's game 1. And you're watching ParkTV 16 Sports, and we are glad you're with us. Okay, now following the timeout, Red Knights with the ball. And there's the whistle. And rushing is Skyvold, so no, there aren't any substitutions in there. Look at Rold taking the hit. He lowers the shoulder, and this is where you're going to get your players hurt for no reason, right? With 21-2 lead. All right, now here come the Raiders, number 29. That is Tapper Eng into the offensive zone for the Raiders. Loses it. Good defense again by the Raiders. Poking around, ball still loose, chasing it, number 33 for the Raiders. That's Cole Langevin, and he comes up with it nicely. Pass to the near side behind the net, Bourget. Bourget, long pass down in the offensive zone, ball loose, 4:25 going, remaining, and now the Red Knights have it. Gus Bell. Bell now with it. He has several goals on the night. Now behind the net. And the Raiders continue to dominate, the Red Knights. 4 minutes to go. Now behind the net, Gus Bell. Vanderlinde. Now to Hunter Payer. All their big hitters still in there. Shot, Jack Anderson, and a goal. 22-2, and they are rubbing it in here, aren't they, tonight? 22-2. Their big hitters out there still firing away at the goal. And there goes Jack Anderson. He has several tonight. And it's a great night to pad their stats for sure here early on. Here's Hunter Payer, gets tucked away, and I love that pass by Payer, and a great shot by Anderson. Clock continues to wind down, 22-2 here. And play underway, face off, picked up by Riley Murphy with the long stick. He's gonna come in and deliver the ball, and it's saved momentarily, and then it sneaks its way in, and Riley Murphy with the long stick from the defensive end comes all the way down and gets on the board right there. He had another similar opportunity, and you can see the spin on that ball as it got underneath the goaltender, Bluski, and then just the pure spin on it, kind of like a golf ball. When Tiger Woods puts the spin on it, or any other pro golfer, it kind of spun right back into the hole, or in the net in this case, and that was a pretty cool goal there by the Red Knights. 23-2 now. 2:19 remaining. Face off. Won by the Raiders, and now they're looking for goal number 3 here. And with the ball is Aiden Rivera, number 1. 2 minutes remaining, quarter number 2. And now a whistle, and the referee taps his head. A turnover. I don't know what the infraction was.
Forward to the Red Knights, number 2.
And now with the ball. And in nets for the Red Knights, I failed to see that, is Josh Imms, a sophomore. Not sure when he entered the match, but he's now come in relief of Axel Esko, who had a nice start to the season, only giving up 2 goals. Now the Raiders with 1.5 minutes to go. Number 12 with it. Oostgian. Wow, that's a name I've never seen. Oustgian. Oostgian Matthew for the Raiders. And another whistle and a turnover, and you can see Oostgian not understanding why, and neither do I. But here come the Raiders, and I know they have the ball, and that I do understand. And with it is number 3, Sky Rolled, who really was the initial star tonight. He got the first 3 goals, I think, himself. He has 5 on the night, and now he has the ball. Lots of senior captain leadership here on this team, and these Red Knights, it's state tournament championship. That's got to be the goal. Seemingly they're in that championship game every year. I know they were runner-ups for a few before they finally broke through and won a couple of years ago, and now a whistle on the far near side and a turnover, and I don't know what the infraction was there either, but I do know this, there's 23 seconds remaining. And what a great start here for the Red Knights. They're gonna go to 1-0 with an astounding victory at 23-2, just dominating the Hudson Raiders from Wisconsin. I think they'll think twice before scheduling the Red Knights again coming forward. And there is the final siren ending this match. So the Red Knights off to a very favorable first game victory, 23-2. So for Paul Broden, our producer, Andrew and Nick on cameras, my name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.